YouTube, what's going on? We have the Genesis anime short. Finally, it's here. I'm excited. I can't wait to learn some more history about Overwatch and lore about Overwatch. And at the end of all of this, I got a little announcement to make. So make sure you stick around for the announcement right at the end of the video. But yeah, I'm excited for this. Apparently, I don't know the lore as well as I thought I did. So, yeah, I'm excited to learn more.
Ground forces deployed to Rally Point Green. Sky, what's your inbound?
Roger, 30 seconds.
Okay. Whoa.
Battalion spotted your sector, 50 clicks south-southeast.
Copy that. Delta, take positions. Overwatch on site. Taking heavy fire. Sky, confirm targets.
Affirm. Units approaching. Grid point 19 Charlie.
You've been spotted. You've been spotted. Get out of here, Sky. Get out of here.
Oh shit, alright.
No matter what you call them, warbots, tin-cans, they were soulless machines. But the truth is, we were scared. I was scared. They were supposed to be the beginning of a new life. But in that moment, it felt like the end of humanity.
Life before the war was extraordinary. Anything was possible. We had implemented God programs. The next generation of artificial intelligence became omnipresent. They controlled most of our infrastructures, like the food distribution systems aimed at helping against famine, poverty.
This is crazy.
We were no longer defined by our mistakes. No. The AIs were saving us from them.
Everything stops.
Artificial intelligence was running systems to make our lives better, but what was really exciting was combining it with robotics. Omnica Corp started building a new line of state-of-the-art robots. Omnics would eventually eliminate the need for humans to do all those idle, mundane, often dangerous jobs.
Everyday needs that puts
Omnica
power
Corp.
at your fingertips.
Line of robots that put power by your side.
And geared up to put power in their hands. Omnica Corp. Always looking to what's next.
Society embraced it.
Sure, we had the pedal to the metal. But who was really paying attention to the road?
Look, Omnica kept making robots smarter, and they made life easier and safer, and as you know, this business is all about what's next.
And what was next was Mina.
And in Tech Talk, Omnica Corp announced today that Dr. Mina Liao, the science prodigy and eminent visionary in robotics, will develop the next generation of Omnics.
Omnica Corp has made a lot of strides, and, well, we're going to do better. What I mean is, they've done great. We've done great. But it's time to reach for the stars.
Frankly, I had my doubts. Dr. Liao was a legend in her field, but we were asking her to push the limits of what many thought was already perfection.
Interesting.
Somebody should have put a stop to it. It wasn't science. It was arrogance.
When it came down to the moment of truth, we had no idea what was about to happen.
That's never a good sign.
It didn't just activate.
She was born.
Holy
Life before the war was extraordinary. anything was possible. But it was all about to change.
Was that it? There's no way that was it, right? That was it. Okay. That totally did not feel like 5 minutes, though. That was 5 minutes. Wow, that did not feel like 5 minutes. Okay, so very interesting. So we're getting the look at... We're getting the look from almost like the like I'm gonna say like the civilian side right now in this one, in part 1 Dawn, right? It's almost like the civilian side of it, because we're getting the talk from the general, who it looks like was in that first explosion. So that's why I moved the webcam for you guys right here. Lieutenant General Ricardo Perez, Brazilian Armed Forces, UN Military Affairs. Right off here at the beginning, this guy here floating through. On his thing here, it says Perez. So I'm assuming that they're doing this as like the same guy, right? This is the guy that was a part of the war, and he actually saw stuff firsthand, right? We also get a look at Reinhardt here real quickly, doing his thing with the shield up. The boy with the shield up, right? So that's the only real member of Overwatch that we have that we know of, and I like how the military's talking and they're like, Overwatch is on site, as you know, Overwatch is its own entity. We know that, right? But just hearing it like that, it's almost it's kind of how do I word this? It's almost like a godly sort of thing, right? Like, oh, Overwatch is on site though. Right, like we have to go support Overwatch. Overwatch is on site. Like these people that are bigger than us, badder than us, we just have to help support them, right? And it looks like the tank unit here.
They were soulless machines. But the truth is, we were scared. I was scared. They were supposed to be the beginning of a new life.
That's wild. So they were supposed to be the beginning of a new life. So this is kind of cool because we're taking it right back before the Omnic War, which I feel like a lot of us... I feel like that's untapped territory. I could be wrong, right? But I feel like before the Omnic War, or the first Omnic War anyway, is a little bit untapped territory, especially for a lot of just casual people that don't know the game, right? They know that there was a war, but they don't know a whole lot about that, right? And then we get into the two main robotic engineers here. Kamara Verne, robotics engineer, right? And then maybe her partner. It's the guy that's sitting here with her right here. Matthias Verne. Yeah, so they're her partner. Right, Verne, yep. So they're partners, right? They're talking about the program, and it's interesting hearing them talk about the program because it, like...
We had implemented God programs.
See?
The next generation of artificial intelligence became omnipresent.
It's wild how...
They controlled most of our infrastructures, like the food distribution systems, aimed at helping against famine, poverty.
It's funny thinking about some of this stuff, right? Because we're kind of in the same space right now in the world where we're trying to, like, AI, you know, like we got ChatGPT, we have all these AI picture filters. There's a new one that I saw recently, I don't know if you guys have seen, where, like, you can take a picture, and then, like, let's say you have a dog and the face is looking this way, but you want the face to be looking directly at the camera. You can actually, like, put a point on the dog and then move it, and it will visually, like, AI will fill in the gaps and turn the dog's head, and you can move the legs and like that sort of stuff. Very weird stuff. Some of this stuff's very weird that's coming out, but it's kind of interesting seeing the similarities between kind of where we are very early with AI stuff and where they are, where it's like, oh yeah, no, automated people, you know, robots doing the dangerous stuff, you know, and that sort of thing. This part was really cool to me as well. That it wasn't like this one car shut down. No, this like whole block got shut down because it's all on the same AI network. So because it's all on the same AI network, as soon as one car went, nope, there's something in the way, all of them went, nope, everyone stops. which was kind of, I feel like this is kind of a really cool thing. I really like that. That was a really cool one for me. But yeah, no, then you get the first look at like the Omnicore building here, and then we see him actually building the Omnics in this facility.
Eliminate the need.
Everyday needs that puts power at your fingertips.
I mean, we have these, right? Model AT301.
Line of robots that
Model Z550. So there's all sorts of them, and there's the Omnic logo right there, right?
put power by your side.
And geared up to put power
XRT 3000.
Omnica Corp. Always looking.
Omnica Corp. Interesting. Interesting how it's Omnica Corp, and then it just becomes the Omnics. Like the Omnic Corp, like...
To what's next?
Embraced it.
Oh, that's me. Alright.
Sure. We had...
Omnica kept making robots smarter, and they made life easier and...
Is that one wearing... Hold up a sec. Is this one wearing... Why is this one wearing pants, but it's not wearing pants, but it's wearing pants? You notice this? This one's wearing shorts, but it's not wearing shorts, but it's wearing shorts. Look.
Omnica kept making robots smart.
It's wearing shorts, but it's not wearing shorts, but it's wearing shorts. It's kind of hilarious,
Made
actually.
life easier and safer, and as you know...
Omnica Corp announced today that Dr. Mina Liao...
Mina Liao. Okay, so this is Mina Liao right here. So Mina Liao, it looks like, is the creator of the future of the Omnics and the war that happens.
Science prodigy and eminent
Science
visionary
prodigy.
in robotics will develop the next generation of Omnics.
Omnica Corp has made a lot of strides, and
One of the things here that I liked was you can kind of hear her. I know this is a very subtle thing. I noticed it while it was playing the first time. Very subtle, but she's talking kind of subdued. She's not like very like confident with what she's talking about. And if you see up here, she's got like a little sweat thing right up here, kind of showing that she's nervous about being in front of all these people and talking about all this. And then like as it goes on a little bit more and more, then you can kind of see.
well, we're going to do better. What I mean is, they've done great.
We were asking her to push
I've put a stop to it.
of truth.
I'm just saying, if you ever boot up any sort of like robot thing that you've been working forever to make, and suddenly the power starts cutting out, and then the power cuts out. Yeah, no, bad. Stop. Run.
It didn't just activate.
She was born. Life before the war was extraordinary. Anything was possible. But
That face. Ooh.
it was all about to change.
Okay. So this is I for a very first one, like I said, I couldn't believe it felt that short anyway. For a first one, this was extremely intriguing. I loved this, right? I think this is kind of cool. Like I said, it didn't feel like 5 minutes either, which I feel like Overwatch does a great job with these sort of things, where when they make their trailers, it doesn't feel like it's as long as it as you think it is, sort of thing. So very intrigued to see what happens next, and what happens next is Part 2 Innocence, and that is going to be on July 13th, and it's a minute longer. So I'm wondering, with this being the dawn, right? We saw. I'm gonna go all the way back so I can get her name again, because I've already. It's right here.
Corp announced today that Dr. Mina Liao.
Mina Liao. So now the question is with Mina Liao here and the robot that she's just made, or the Omnic that she's just made, which some people in chat was saying that the name is Aurora. Or in the comments of the last video, some of the people that weren't as friendly were saying, some of the ones that were friendly saying Aurora is the name. So, but Mina Liao. It'll be interesting to see what happens next. Part 2 is called Innocence. So with this being Dawn and the next one being Innocence, I'm wondering if it's going to be kind of the awakening of the robot, kind of of the robot being more advanced than the other ones, right, and kind of having its own mindset. But then with it being called Innocence, I'm wondering if it's going to show the innocence of the character being removed, right, almost reversing it, like almost like a switch and bait. So it's like the innocence of us, the innocence of that, but then how like quickly that innocence fades once they realize how how they're being used, how they're being abused, how they're being treated, like all these things. Like the only reason why they're being made is to make our lives easier, and like I wonder if it's that sort of innocence breaking that will move forward with the story. That's what my thought process is anyway. But I'm intrigued. Let me know what you guys think, though. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments down below, right? And for my announcement at the end of this, because I had a couple nice comments on the last video that I did of this, where we did the teaser trailer, and then I had one person that just came in and just was a total asshole. So, and you know who you are. Also, you're banned from commenting on my videos now. So, but what I've decided is I don't know the lore of Overwatch that well, apparently. I know bits and pieces of it, but I don't know all of it as much as I should. And I know that they've released short stories. So eventually here, within the next month or two, once I actually figure out exactly how I'm going to do it, what the schedule is going to be like, I'm going to start Husky Reads, which is an Apex thing that I normally do, where I read their lore. I'm going to read the lore of Overwatch from the short stories, so I'm going to read each short story in its entirety to you guys. And we will learn together. But I'm excited for part 2. Let's get back to this. I'm excited for part 2, July 13th. But I want to know what you guys think, right? What do y'all think? Let me know down in the comments down below. And as always, depending on where you are, morning, afternoon, even night, stay safe, stay safe, and we'll talk to y'all later. Bye. What's that, Hammy? You want to know if you're going to be any of these? Dude, I don't know if you will be, but I would love to see an animated short with you. I would love to just see one about Junkertown as a whole, with you, the Queen, Rat, Hog, just all you guys. Oh, I would love it if they did that, and that's how they introduce the support. I want a support from Junkertown, by the way. That's something that I want. I want a support from Junkertown. I want a Junk support. Junkie support? Junk support. Junkertown support. Either way, I want a Junkertown support.